Another week, boys, and another TWAB. This week at Bungie, we launched a whole bunch of missiles. It's been an action-packed week. Over the weekend, we watched as Rasputin sent literal ordnance into the sky to take down the Almighty in Destiny 2 first live in-game event. We followed that up with a mighty salvo of virtual launches in the form of media, articles, and a stream to showcase the future of Destiny. Season of the Arrivals has started building a bridge to this fall, when Guardians will wield the darkness for the first time in Destiny 2 Beyond Light. Here's the full stream in case you haven't had a chance to watch it yet. Yeah, guys, we did a breakdown the other day. We condensed it to about 10 minutes there, where I went over the big talking points, but probably the biggest reveal out of everything was the fact that now we're going to be able to wield the darkness in this fall's expansion. It's going to be crazy. On top of that, the subclass layout won't be the same as we have it now. At least from what Luke Smith was saying, he alluded to more customization. Now, he didn't flat out come out and say that it's going to be the same as Destiny 1's layout, where we had completely open-ended customization, but more customization than what we see now with our current nodes. Now, Bungie continues, we're excited about the future of Destiny. To lay the groundwork, we have to make some changes to the core game. Several less explored locations and activities will be going into the Destiny Content Vault, also known as the DCV, to pave way for the new hotness like Europa coming this fall. We lay out a lot of information on what to expect in our Building a Viable Future in Destiny 2 article. We know you have a lot more questions, and we'll have answers to share throughout the summer. That's right, guys. A lot of stuff is actually going away. We're getting Europa and the Cosmodrome back, but the destinations will consist of these right here in front of you, and that's it. It's kind of crazy. Since Season of Arrivals acts as a prelude to Beyond Light, we have held our plans for the season close to our chests until the reveal this week. The pyramid ships have begun to arrive on Io, and Ares is hard at work trying to decipher their intentions. She needs your help. Gotta say, guys, the opening mission to this season is the best we've seen. It's almost like we're going back to the similar formula that we held before in regards to pre-Shadowkeep, and I like it. Narratively, we're kind of all on board with it. Oh, and did we mention there is a brand new raid? Prophecy is free to all players and transports you into a strange dimension to seek out the Nine. It's got some real Rainbow Road vibes too. Here's a peek. Absolutely amazing dungeon, guys. By far my favorite dungeon Bungie's ever presented to us. Artistically, gameplay wise, it almost feels like a raid. The only difference, it's 3 players instead of 6 and not as long. It's the way a dungeon's supposed to be. Now moving on, match made in heaven. By the time that this TWAB is published, a few changes to Crucible Matchmaking will be live. Matchmaking based on player skill has been removed from all playlists except Elimination, Survival, and Survival Freelance. Trials with Osiris will continue to be matched based on the number of wins on your passage. We are doing this to respond to community feedback, shorten queue times for players, improve connection quality of matches, provide more places where the outcome of a match isn't as important as enjoying the experience. Also play into the strengths of the Crucible being bombastic, frantic action game. Alrighty then, so skill-based matchmaking has been pulled from these other playlists? Holy hell, are we actually going to be able to enjoy Crucible now without having to play as Sweat Lords 24/7? I'm down. The pursuit of glory points in survival and attempting to go flawless in Trials with Osiris will allow those playlists to reinforce that the outcome of matches are important and keep the stakes high. We want the rest of Crucible to be less of a high-stakes environment where players can have a more relaxed experience and just enjoy the Destiny multiplayer sandbox. We will continue to monitor feedback and game data around these changes. If we decide to make any further adjustments, we'll let you know. Incredible, man. Look, I believe that some level of skill-based matchmaking needs to be put in place, but it was getting a little too extreme. And the fact is I was getting just worn out. By the time the weekend would approach, when I was supposed to actually be sweating inside of Trials, hell, I was still recuperating from just basic 6v6. This is great stuff right here. Now moving on, we've got some new threads. Yes, if you want to look like the non, shabam. Now we also have another hotfix coming next week, hotfix 2.9.0.1. I'm not sure what's all involved in this hotfix. Some people are saying it's actually Antaeus Wards. That's going to be nerfed next Tuesday. Since it didn't make it into the patch notes this past Tuesday, we'll see. Moving on, Charged with Light. Shortly before the launch of Season of Arrivals, DBS became aware of a bug regarding the seasonal Charged with Light armor mod. This bug allows players to equip all of the current seasonal Charged with Light armor mods on any of the Season of the Worthy armor pieces without having previously acquired them. While this bug will be fixed in hotfix 2.9.0.1, the team has decided not to disable the mods until then to allow players to try out the mods for the week. Okay, so there's no elemental affinities here. Am I getting that right? You're able to slot them on any of your Season of the Worthy armor pieces? Yeah, I guess. I almost wonder if Bungie's trying to like test this out and see if they actually might remove some of the elemental affinity limitations that are put in place with these armor mods. Upcoming resolved issues. The Guardian Angel Artifact armor mod is not granting its perk when the mod is slotted. Oh boy. Breach Resonator Artifact armor mod is not granting its perk when the mod is slotted as well. On controllers, sprint will cancel if players press the sprint action again. Yes, I've been seeing a lot of people talk about this. People actually have gone as far to say they wish the controller changes would be reverted. I played a controller yesterday on PC when we were just messing around, getting some last word gameplay. I don't think I really noticed too much difference in how my controller felt previously. So I wonder if it's something more specifically aimed at console. But Bungie does point out controllers, not console controllers. So it's got to be something affecting all of them. Players with a full inventory of Umber Ingrams may be blocked from completing the Season of Arrival's opening quests. Visible holes are present in the EDZ terrain where the Seraph Towers used to be. Oh man, I gotta go look at that. I bet that's kind of creepy. Now, current known issues, but it hasn't been fixed yet. The Almost Mighty Exotic Ghost Shell and the Saints Vocation Exotic Ship appear invisible. Tommy's MacBook Catalyst quest has been removed from player inventories. Destiny 2 Beyond Light pre-order emblem does not appear in the collections. Amanda Holiday has 2 legendary ships in her inventory that can't be purchased. Console players may experience blacked out emblems, invisible ship, and a power level of 0 in orbit. Hell, I experience that every day. Dying to environmental hazards or the architects will sometimes show a recommended power level of, wow, that's a hell of a power level. That's a random number. Okay, bugs, man. Outside of that, guys, there is some Beyond Light pre-order items on Xbox. If you happen to be on Xbox and you want to pre-order, you get some stuff. And this is the list of things you have to do to make sure the pre-order things go through. It has to be manually downloaded. You have to go to the Xbox dashboard, highlight the Destiny 2 image, manage game and add-ons, ready to install. Jesus, seems like a lot of work. But after doing all these things, visit the Cryptarch at the tower to receive all your pre-order items. Now, Cosmo leaves us with a final note. What a week. Explosions, videos, reveals, oh my. We covered a lot this week, but there is much more to do. Throughout the summer, we'll continue to share more on Beyond Light and the changes coming this fall. We hope you enjoyed the reveal, and we're once again eagerly awaiting getting to watch you experience what we've been working on, both in Season of the Arrivals and Beyond Light. Cosmo. Well, fellas, that is your TWAB for this week. Looking good, man. Look, the biggest thing that was announced in today's TWAB, and normally following the launch of a season or any expansion, of course, TWABs normally don't have anything juicy in them. Removing skill-based matchmaking, that's a pretty big one. So for my players that feel like they're constantly having to sweat inside of Crucible, load up today, man. Give it a go. These changes are live right now. I'm actually about to get into a Crucible game right now. Fellas and ladies, thank you all for coming and watching. And as always,
slap that like button like your mama told you right.